Hi everyone, it's Michael here, culinary nutrition expert at Doctoronamission.com. How are you doing on this amazing day wherever you are in the world? Hopefully it is an amazing day for you. And if it's not, well, my wish is that I can bring some goodness into your life. Okay, so today, thanks for joining me at Reclaim Your Kitchen. Now in today's version of live cast of blah, blah, blah. By the way, disclaimer, guess what? We are live. So if something messes up, guess what? It's just the way it is. Okay, so away we go. So in today's live cast of Reclaim Your Kitchen, I'm going to be talking about do-it-yourself salad dressings. And why am I going to be talking about that? Well, it's all got to do with reclaiming your kitchen. I don't know if you're buying your salad dressings bottled, if you're buying things like your tomato sauces, your ketchups, your mustard, all those types of things bottled or in jars or cans or sachets or whatever. But that's what Reclaim Your Kitchen is all about, because if you missed this last week, the history, really what's happened is I want to take us back to where not our grandparents, but actually our great-grandparents in the way they used to cook and the way they didn't know anything about cans and sachets and bottles and packaged things. You know, this goes back to the 1940s, quick history. It goes back to the 1940s when the word convenience food was actually created by the food industry to so-called make it convenient for us. Well, it's become so convenient for us to just grab this quick fix stuff, which is full of chemicals, full of junk, that we've gotten away from being in control of our own kitchens. So today, I'm going to be talking about salad dressings. Now, we're going to create a green goddess salad dressing. That's what I like to call it. Now, other disclaimer is, hey, use whatever you want. I'm going to use a whole bunch of different fresh ingredients today. But you mix and match what you want. There's so many things you can do. What I want to do is just give you some basics of how to do it and what you can do. And then the fun part is you go play with it. You go have fun with it. Because the great thing about this is my food philosophy here at Doctor on a Mission is what's called one ingredient real food. I'm going to be using one ingredient real foods. And what is that? That means that they don't actually have, okay, I'm going to pick up a piece of ginger root. That's a one ingredient real food. There isn't any ingredient list on there. That's it. That's the ingredient. So that's what we want to be used. Now today we're going to create salad dressing that has, maybe 8 or 10 of these one ingredient foods. But when we use these one ingredient foods, we actually know what's in it and what's going in there. Now the only difference is when we do refrigerate it, unlike the bottled stuff you buy, which probably stays in your fridge for, 6 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year. I don't know how long you keep that stuff in your fridge because of, guess what? Imagine what's in that stuff that makes it last that long. So a little bit of a difference when you're using real food is, of course, you make a smaller amount of salad dressing because you're not going to leave it in there for 6 months. It doesn't work that way because real stuff actually goes off. I guess you could say it can go bad because it doesn't have all the junk in it. Okay? So let's get into it. So now you can use whatever you want. There's things like these, like bar mixers. They call them bar mixers, blender, whatever you want. You might have a food processor. You could use that. You might have the very simple, I don't have it out here, but you might have the very simple bowl and a whisk and just whisk everything together that way. Why not? You can do it that way if you want. I'm going to be using this thing today. We're not endorsed by any company. So if I say names, please don't think, oh yeah, we're getting paid by these guys. We're not. I don't know what you call it, but you might call it like a NutriBullet or a bullet thing or whatever it is, But they're basically these things, you see them all over the place. They usually make smoothies and juices and things out of it. But basically you put a bunch of ingredients in here, put the top on, bam it on there, turn it on, and it blends it all up nicely. So I'm going to use one of these today because I find them very, very handy, especially because what I like to use is fresh herbs, fresh greens. Now the other thing is, as we talk about some different things today, if you are unable to get them fresh, I do understand because I don't know where you are in the world. I'm very fortunate for our part of the world. We live here in New Zealand and we've pretty much got a growing season year round. And right now, coming out of winter, heading into spring, citrus is amazing. I mean, lemons, limes, grapefruits, oranges, tangerine, I mean, just mandarins. I mean, this stuff's everywhere, all over trees. So that's really fantastic. So I stick with seasonal. But so if wherever you are, things that I'm using, you can't get fresh, hey, that's okay. Fresh is best, but of course you might have to substitute. So I'm going to use a lot of different things. This is my version of the green goddess dressing. Again, you can use whatever you like, what turns you on. So what are we going to do? What are we going to start with? Okay, got a lot of different things. What kind of makes it green for me? Well, I'm going to be putting a couple nice leaves of kale in this. I've got some fresh coriander or cilantro, you might call it, wherever you are in the world. Maybe a couple tablespoons worth. Some fresh green parsley. I've got one green onion or scallion, whatever you want to call it, just one cut up. I've got some fresh ginger that I'm going to put in, and 2 garlic cloves. And then I like a little bit of pop in my salad dressing. So I've got a nice green chili I'm going to drop in there. You might not like that. You might like more garlic. You might like less garlic. You might not like parsley or kale, whatever. Just mix and match. Do really cool things. Another great thing is spinach goes in here. Fantastic. Alrighty. So you know what? Let's just get it all in there and get it going, okay? So away we go. The cool thing I like about these things is, you know, whatever type of mixer you might use, you just put it all in there. Away you go. Now, I'm going to go with lemon juice today. I love lemon. You know, with citrus, you can use different types of vinegars, whatever type of citrus. Today, I'm just going to put some the juice of one beautiful fresh lemon in there without the seeds, okay? And that's going to give it a nice tart citrusy flavor. So imagine all those goodies in there, all those greens, all those fresh herbs, all that wonderful stuff with some lemon. The other thing is I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of raw organic apple cider vinegar. If you get this beautiful, beautiful organic raw apple cider vinegar with what's called the mother in, which is just the great fermentation you can get in it, I love that. So 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. You might like apple cider vinegar, you might not. I find it's really cool, great in salad dressings. And what else we got? Okay, a little bit of black pepper, just a pinch of cracked black pepper. And I've got a pinch of Himalayan salt, some beautiful crystals of Himalayan salt, the pink Himalayan salt, some of the purest salt in the world. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Try to stay away from the iodized salt that you find, or table salt it might be called. Because, well, the bottom line is, the more it's touched by humans and the more it's processed by humans, the less nutrient value you're going to get for your body system. Yep, salt and salt. But this one here has been cut, processed, iodized, blah, 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 all this type of stuff. And you're just not going to, you're going to get the taste, but it's just not going to give you the nutrient value as a more raw Himalayan salt's going to give you. Alrighty? Now, one thing with making this is it's really going to depend on how thick you want it. So I've got some lovely filtered water, and you want to start probably with about a cup of water in there. And the only reason you're putting this in here, because if you just ground this up, you could, but it's probably just going to be more of a paste than a salad dressing, okay? So some water. And then the other thing is extra virgin olive oil. Now this is where I use my extra virgin olive oil. What I highly recommend, if you can get local, go for local, because I mean you can Google this and Google fake olive oils and find out this massive list of fake olive oils where you find a lot of these ones say olive oil and they've been cut with canola oils and other types of veggie oils. So, you know, maybe they're only 50%, 60, 80% actual olive oil. That's not good. You want the real olive oil. So if you can get local, go for it. We're very fortunate here in New Zealand. We've got a company called the Village Press olive oil. Fantastic, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Shout out to you guys at Village Press. No, we're not sponsored by them, but hey, you know, if it's a great product, why not say something about it? And they're local. What do we love to do is support. If you can support local, go for it. But just do your homework and make sure you get good quality product, because you're putting, you know what, you are putting it in you. It's either going to be poison or it's going to be medicine. This is what fuels your body. It fuels your immune system. Keeping your immune system strong is what really fights off, you know, all the junk, all the baddies, all the cancers, all the flus, all the, you know, just as a quickie, I'm going to put this out here. This is a shout out to my beautiful wife, Dr. Isabel, as you would know her. You know, there's been a lot of flu going around lately, and they call it a 2 to 3 week flu. Well, one of the, let me see, what would I call it? But one of the things that happens to doctors is, as you can imagine, you're around sick people all day. So if there's a sickness going around, guess who's probably going to get it? Well, you know, this thing is a 2 to 3 week flu. A lot of people getting it. It's all over the place. Well, my lovely wife got a touch of it. But because she runs a clean system and has a great immune system, it lasted 24 hours. That's a big difference between 2 to 3 weeks and 24 hours. So do your own, make sure you know what's in it. It'll make a difference to your immune system. All right. So I'm going to probably go with, this stuff is like liquid gold, so it pours pretty slow because, you know what, I want it to go slow. I'm going to go with probably about 4 tablespoons of olive oil, okay? Yeah, that's about good. All right. Like I said, I got about a cup of water in there so we can actually puree it. I think we got everything we want in there. I'm going to close this up, turn it on for a moment. Just give me a moment here. And away we go. Now that's going to be really good. There we go. Now just understand too, because it's got olive oil in there, it's going to thicken up a little bit more in the refrigerator. Let me grab a spoon. Excuse me for reaching over here, because I definitely got to check it out. Now that should have some beautiful, beautiful flavors to it. That's all pureed up. You got a beautiful salad dressing. Now we made it for ourselves, so we got, you know what, maybe 2 cups worth. So that'll last in the fridge probably 4 or 5 days. Oh, yes. Tastes so fresh, so tangy. It's amazing when you make it fresh like this, just the flavors you get and the way it jumps out in your mouth. Woo! Yes. They call it pop. It's popping. So beautiful. So, hey, 1 ingredient foods. Turmeric, another beautiful one. You could use some turmeric. You got ginger. You got garlic. You got your fresh herbs, your oils, your citruses. Do-it-yourself salad dressings. Yeah, you make a little bit less, but I'll tell you what, it's going to taste fantastic. It's not the stuff in the bottle that's got all this. I mean, you know, you read the ingredient list, and I can't even pronounce half the words that are on the ingredient list. And then if I see something where it's got a number, like it's something number 26, okay, that cannot be good. This is not garlic number 347, you know. This is not garlic blah, 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 496. You know, this is the real deal. So that's what you want in your food. That's reclaiming your kitchen. That's taking it back from the food industry of created convenience for us all, which really is bad health. All right, guys, reclaim your kitchen. This has been Michael, culinary nutrition expert at Doctoronamission.com. Hopefully that helps. Try your own salad dressings. Do your own. Mix and match all kinds of flavors. Try different citruses. Try different herbs. Use your good olive oil. Some different vinegars. I've actually poached off some red beets, or beetroot as they call it in New Zealand, nice and soft. I make a nice one of a style of these with beetroot, so it's kind of a reddish purplish dressing, but has a really cool sweet beet flavor to it. That's pretty neat. Give it a go. Have fun with it. I'm out of here. Talk to you guys again soon. We'll see you again back in the kitchen or somewhere here. Bye.